Health is your wealth. A fabulous guest is in the studio with us today. We have Mr. Kim O'Leach with Family Innovations LLC. And this is a serious matter. Today we're talking about if you have any type of mental issues like depression, schizophrenia, maybe you're bipolar. It just could be a substance abuse situation. Maybe you had a traumatic experience in your life. You could have been in the military. And we want to let you know that there's help and it's at an affordable cost for you today. So once again, our special guest is Kim O'Leach. How you doing today?
Hello, T. How you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm doing fantastic and amazing. That's what we say.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, I just want to start by what made you decide you wanted to assist folks with mental health?
Well, I've been in this field now for the last 28 years, and basically just been a passion of mine for a very long time. So I talked to a few people, and the next thing you know, Family Innovations was prevalent out here today.
Okay, well, we really do appreciate you for being a beacon in the community and setting up an operation such as this, because there's so many people out there that need help. You see homeless people, sometimes people wind up on a substance, or like I said earlier, they go through a traumatic experience, and oftentimes the average citizen does not know how to help that person, even though they have the desire to help that person. So we want to make it clear to everyone today that you are the stop when it comes to those type of things.
Absolutely. And I couldn't go on to you without being very upfront and letting you know that's not about me. This program has been a team concept from day one. My partner, Mr. Willie Gray, and Linda O'Leach are very instrumental. We are the founders of Family Innovations LLC. And we founded our agency and our program on the premise that no one individual is bigger than the program or the service that an individual could get coming into services today.
Well, let's talk about some of the services that you guys offer. I know I said it in layman's terms, but I want you to kind of break it down and then make sure that the folks are clear, because sometimes we have technical terms when it comes to different businesses, you know?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. First of all, we have assertive community treatment, which is ACT for short. Assertive community treatment is the highest level of care that you can have in the community without being inpatient at the mental health hospital. On a assertive community treatment team, you have a psychiatrist, a licensed psychiatrist, a psychiatric nurse, who typically is a RN, and then you have the team leader, a LCSW or LPC. The person has to be a licensed therapist. Other team members are master level or bachelor level qualified professionals, people who go into the homes and do the one-on-one work. And then you also have on that team a substance abuse counselor who's licensed in making sure that a person's substance abuse needs are met. And then you have a certified peer support specialist, a person that's been through things in life that has a certification now in this state that can say, well, you know what, I did it, you can do it. So those are the 8 different components of an ACT team. That service is more so geared to taking the service or the treatment where an individual is comfortable in receiving that treatment. It doesn't matter to us if you're in jail, if you are in the mental health hospitals, whether you be in a men's shelter, women's shelter, living under the bridge, in the streets, wherever you feel comfortable receiving your treatment, that's where you'll get it.
And see, that's very, very unique. So you're saying you don't have to come to us, we'll come to you.
We'll come to you.
If you want to stay in your environment and get the necessary help that you need, we can do that.
Yes, ma'am. We'll come directly to you. And so many times we're moving now, we are transitioning from from mental health to behavioral health. There are new models now to make people more comfortable. You can see so many times now in society, and you can see in the media and things, people are having meltdowns in the community now. And people used to be afraid to talk about being bipolar, being schizophrenic, and things like that. Now we're trying to make it more accessible, make treatment more accessible to the individual, as opposed to individuals having had the stigma of coming into office.
Now you mentioned team, which everyone knows that's very important. You know, when you have that formula, you have success when you have a great team. And I mean, I think there's many people that might be in this situation that like to know there are a number of people on staff that maybe been through these things as well, and they can actually relate to what that individual is going through because they overcame, some of them, not all of them, but they know what it takes to overcome.
Right.
So I think that's a great thing.
That's a great lead into our peer support services, Tia. Peer support, I mentioned that there's a certified peer support specialist on our ACT team, but we have a separate program outside of ACT team that is called peer support. Peer support is a certification now that you can get in this state. Basically, it talks about people that have been through traumatic situations in their past, whether it be mental health, whether it be substance abuse, whether it be depression. Somehow you've been through a situation and you've overcome that situation. Now to be a positive role model to people. That is a non-medical type of treatment. It's basically one-on-one and peer interventions. That is one of the biggest programs that is moving across the country, not just North Carolina. And it's been extremely successful. We have about 75 people that are certified to do peer support services now. And peer support is just like that. We're going to take the treatment wherever you are comfortable in receiving it. And it's been awesome. I am a certified peer support specialist myself and a veteran.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the holistic aspect. You know, you want the total wellness of an individual through your facility and your team, along with your partners.
Yes.
Explain that to the people that are viewing the program today.
The holistic approach, and it's also our major approach is person-centered and being holistic at the same time. What we're saying is when you come through the door, what works for Tia might not work for Kim. So we have.
So it's customized.
Right.
Everyone has to customize.
It's person-centered. It has to be person-centered. Every time when you get an assessment, only thing you're going to talk about is what Tia wants to achieve. So when I get my assessment, I'm going to talk about what Kim wants to achieve. So everything is person-centered, and then we're going to use a holistic approach around that, using our natural supports, using anything that's going to be positive in terms of helping us reach our goals. The holistic approach talks more so to the whole individual as opposed to just treating parts of the symptoms. We want to treat the whole individual, and that's basically what the holistic approach is all about.
Well, I think the things that you mentioned make you unique. You know, when you look at a business, there's multiple businesses like that out there. You want to know why I should select this one for whatever services, and you definitely have some unique services here. And the way you guys do it. Something else that I find to be really interesting that goes along those lines is you want folks to be comfortable. So it's not a stuffy experience. You're not going to sit down in front of the suited individual that you feel like is snobbing down on you.
Right.
You're going to sit down with someone that you can relate to, be comfortable with. You might even be laughing.
Yeah.
While you are being healed from whatever you're going through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things we welcome here, number one, if you say that you need help, then we want this to be the place that you're comfortable in coming. You know, we tend to, sometimes people think that receiving treatment that you have to be looked upon as being less than. We don't look at that. Everybody here is on the same team. If you're part of this part, if you come here for treatment, then that's what you're going to get. It doesn't matter who you are, what your race is, what your religious background, anything that we can do per your assessment, then we plan to get that done. Now, we are a Medicaid funded program, but if a person comes to this program and they don't have Medicaid or they don't have TRICARE, the insurances that we are reimbursed for, then we'll make the appropriate referral for that individual to
make sure that they have some type of help.
Absolutely.
So we want everyone to call you first.
Yes, yeah.
If there's some type of mental situation going on, we want everyone to call you first.
Yes.
All right. Well, why don't you tell everyone what's the best phone number to reach you at?
You can contact us at 704-371-3050. We are located at 3703 Latrobe Drive, Suite 40, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28211.
We'll be right back with some more great information. What we're going to go over are the signs of someone that may have a mental situation going on, because oftentimes we're in denial. You know, if it's a loved one, a friend, a family member, doesn't have to be the homeless person on the street. We care about them so much we're blind, but we want to make sure that you are aware of the different signs of the different ailments so that this person can actually get treatment. Because the last thing you want in your life, for example, that you know someone's going through something and all of a sudden they committed suicide, you was aware of it, but you got them no help. But we want to make sure that we provide that to you today.